How do you prep for college admissions? Great question. It would be such a long answer. Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. My name is Aparna and on this channel we talk about careers that are fulfilling as well as financially promising. This week's video is going to be a fun one. It's a Q&A with the community. So let's get right into your questions and I'll give you all the answers unscripted. The first question comes from Emma Gerwig. Who inspires you the most? I thought about it just a little bit because I feel like many people inspire me, and it depends on the context of life that we're talking about. The number one person that inspires me is my mom. I have learned to be bold and brave from her and take big life decisions without any regrets. The second person that inspires me a lot is my husband Vineet, because he's very stoic about things that are not under his control, and that is one area of life that I struggle with a lot. So I am learning from him how to drudge the drudgery of doing anything and then enjoy the process, the rest of the things that matter to you. Here's an example. I started learning how to surf, and one of the biggest hurdles and resistances was to lift those huge surfboards and tie them up on the car and drive them every single time, untie them when I'm going in the water. So I was feeling very frustrated about it, and he just goes, that's just a part of it. That's just a cost of surfing. So I really internalized that, and once I stopped thinking so much about it, it became a muscle memory and did not become a hindrance or resistance to doing something that I love. So I applied the same learning into other parts of my life, like making these YouTube videos. Setting up the camera gear and creating the atmosphere of work is really hard, but now I'm stoic about it. Just do it and press record. Samta asks, how to prep for college admissions? Well, straightforward steps. Get good grades in school, prepare your statement of purpose, letters of recommendation, give your college admission entrance exams like SATs, GREs, depending on if it's a graduate degree or a postgraduate degree, and then apply, make a large spreadsheets of college universities and check off your admission process. You have to pay a fees, you have to send the application before their deadlines, you have to decide which semester you're going to start your college in. If you need financial assistance, you figure out where you're going to get your student loans from. So I can definitely make a detailed video about this if you'd like. I'd be happy to. Just let me know in the comments below. After the standard steps are done, I would ask myself a few questions. What are the goals after getting this college degree? Is it going to be a job, or are you going to be doing a business? For a job, is a college degree required? For this business, is a college degree required? What are the kind of fields that you're interested in? Have you spoken to 5 people in each one of the fields? You can have multiple interests, and can you find 5 people each in those streams in your life and give them a call and ask them about their experiences? Did they get a college degree or not? Can you create an Excel spreadsheet of all of this information and visualize the life plan? What is your goal for the next 5 years? What is the goal in the next 10 years? If there were no constraints on your life, financial, location, any of those constraints, what would you like that life to be? And once you have answered these questions, it'll get so much easier to understand whether or not a degree is even useful for you or beneficial, and what kind of degree that will be. Next question. Sampada asks, how to budget for travel, savings, investments, career growth, emergency, family, etc. What a great question, Sampada. I actually created multiple spreadsheets with all of these conditions in my life and created a cost of living total. That's really how I decide, first of all, what is the cost of my life? What do I need to keep the lights on? And then slowly add on some nice to haves. So here's what you can do. I will link down the template of Excel spreadsheet that I've used, so you can just copy and paste and then add in the items that you wanna budget for. I do not like dollar by dollar budgeting, but it's really nice to put things in a bucket. For example, for travel, I have X amount of dollars budgeted for the entire year. And the most important thing that I ask myself is, what does it take to run my life, and what does it take for me to become financially independent? If you are new to the concepts of financial independence, the basic gist is that whatever your life costs per year, say it costs $40,000, if you have 25 times of that saved and invested, that would be $1 million saved and invested. You will be financially independent because you'll be able to use a little slice of your investment every year, draw from your nest egg, and still have your nest egg grow and never run out of money. So find out what your life costs and put it into these buckets of travel, emergency, career, family, and then multiply that number by 25 and see what is your savings goal. I hope that helps. Again, I can make a full-fledged detailed video. Just let me know about it. All right, the next question. Dropadi auntie, she asked me, why do you get married to a particular person and spend your lifetime? What a wonderful question, auntie. I really don't know the answer to it. I think much of it is our society makes us do this kind of thing. Marriage, in my honest opinion, is just an institution. It doesn't really mean much to me. I don't think I respect it or disrespect it, but it is a means to be able to spend some time with the person that you enjoy living life with. In our case, it was never a priority in my head. We were coming to India for the trip, so we got married anyway and started living this life together. We definitely found a lot of joy, and with the 2 children now we have, it's easier to know that this person is there for me. We try to be very respectful of each other and create a life where everyone thrives and is nurtured. So that's really the gist of why I got married and wanted to spend my life with someone. Thank you for asking that question. I don't think there are any pros, financial pros. Oh no, actually there are. Pooja asks, what are the financial pros and cons between being a full-time homemaker versus a working woman? Such a good question, Pooja. And I think on the surface, there are only cons, because if you're not working a job, then financially you're losing out. But I disagree with that. There are so many pros that I discovered by not working a full-time job. I got a lot more bandwidth to think about investing the money that we had already earned. So I ended up making more money than I made at my full-time job by just investing the money properly. That was a huge pro of me not working a job. Even though I wouldn't call myself a full-time homemaker, I think there is a huge benefit that we experienced by one person not working a job, especially the person that was more entrepreneurial. And I've been absolutely loving creating this business and working really hard on it. And on the flip side, it gives me so many more creative ideas, lots of invigoration, because when I think about spending my own money to grow my business, I feel like I have more skin in the game, and it's way more enjoyable for me compared to when I was working a job where someone was just paying me for my time. Right now, I can set my own schedule, spend as much time as I want with my kids, and have really interesting conversations with people all around the world and immerse myself into this community. This is a double-edged sword, and if I look at it from just numbers perspective, we lost half of our income by me quitting my job, but at the same time, I think we've shot up the quality of our lives so much more compared to when both of us were working, and we had no time to take for the development of this family per se. We were only giving our time to improve someone else's company, but now I run this house like this is my own company, and I have set up processes and hired people to help us even run this household. So I think there are financial pros and cons, and I absolutely love this question. So thank you so much for asking, Pooja. Next, Mrunmayi asks, you seem to read a lot. How do you discover interesting books? I honestly haven't read too many physical books in the past 10 years, but I do read a lot on Audible. I think audiobooks are amazing, and I feel like it's a snowball effect. Once I start looking into a topic, and I'll probably just Google what are the best money books, what are the top 5 money books that I should read. I'll search it on YouTube and find really interesting books. Once it is coming from someone else's recommendation, it becomes really easy to sell to yourself that this book will be worth your time. My Audible list has grown really long in the last 5-6 years, and I've absolutely enjoyed so many books. If you want some of the the recommendations, I'll leave the books down in comments below. But that's really the key. Sometimes I just seek out, and then the more I talk about books to other people, they'll recommend some books to me that resonate with me, and it's really a snowball effect. So once you start immersing yourself into the world of books, you'll find so many other like-minded people. I remember my friend Bhushan, he had suggested the book Sapiens to me, so thank you for that. It was such a life-changing book. There were a few YouTube channels where I found, oh, these are the books Bill Gates likes, so I went ahead and read those. There were a lot of finance books, personal finance, financial independence books that I read. The Millionaire Next Door, A Random Walk Down Wall Street, Work Optional was a great financial independence book. Quit Like a Millionaire, amazing story of the author and how they quit their tech jobs and became writers. So she talks about this concept where she calculates the POT score. It is pay over tuition. So she wanted to always become a writer, but became a software engineer, saved as much money as possible, became financially independent, and then became a writer. So lots of amazing books, stories. The world of books is absolutely incredible, and I highly recommend looking at life through the lens of someone else's life experience. The last question comes from Neeraj. Are you financially free? Meaning, are you living on investment income or you're still working? We are both. We have achieved our financial independence number, which is in our savings and it's invested. We can start chipping into our nest egg whenever we want, but my husband is still working. So obviously we are not taking money out of that nest egg right now. We just use the salary. But if the salary were to go away, it would not make a lot of difference to our lifestyle. He is still absolutely enjoying his work, so that's a great perk. It gives us the cushion, but it's now optional. I feel like at that point you do even better work because money and finances do not stress you. Now this work is just because you enjoy doing it and you have a great time doing it. Thank you everyone for asking these amazing questions. I had a blast with this unscripted video. I hope my points made sense. And if you guys want anything more from this kind of content, just let me know. I'll make specific videos about it. This channel, I'm trying to help 19, 20-year-old students that have no idea. I know how painful that was in that time of my life. So I wish I had this channel to look up to and follow. So if you are one of those people and have questions, just let me know. We can help this community and have an awesome, financially fulfilling career together. Thank you so much for watching till the end, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.